Hello there, my fellow kinsmen. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Clanfolk, Episode 5, First Frost. Another way to limit the amount of storage that we take up is to build the storage facilities like the tool racks and supply shelves and ingot bins and things like that, so that we're not throwing it all into general storage. And then let's take a look at someone. If I want to start hauling, you are a very capable hauler, so I'm going to make you haul over all the other tasks that you have queued up, so we can start sorting things a little bit better. Also have the warning that I am out of large stones, so let's go collect some. Or a lot, in this case. That's a lot of tasks. I almost have 250 tasks queued up now. And I'm about to add more. Clearing the stumps. 258 tasks. Let's go ahead and get a stone pile shelf thing. I'll put this near my mason, because I don't want to store the stones in the general storage, because stones don't decay. Unlike things like sacks. So, wool cloaks, we have 1 of 6. Leather tunics, we have 0 of 6. Man, they take a long time, don't they? I think Kadath is... No, he's just making a sack. Never mind. I was hopeful, briefly. Alright, now I'm being warned that I need dried hide, which, yeah, a lot of the tailoring reoccurring annoyances are going to come. They're pretty easy to ignore, though. Out on the right. They're under the pole right now, so you don't even have to see them yourself. Alright, here is the stone pile so that we can stop sticking the stone in the pantry cave, whatever you want to call it. And I'll also just say no stones in there ever. No large rocks either. Not storing rocks in the cave. That doesn't make any sense. So prepare farming. Got it. So build a barn, or build a blacksmithy, and prepare farming. So in order to prepare farming, go to soil, go to tilled soil. And I am going to till up... Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's start it here. So... There we go. That's a lot of tilling. Hey, Tie-Dye, thanks for the raid. You haven't seen this game before? Well, it's, we're in progress. It's very similar. It's like a 1300 Scottish RimWorld, in a way. Not exactly, but, that would be the TLDR. I hope you and your raiders enjoy it. Alright, come on, Blacksmith. At this point, I have a pretty good amount of ingots, so what I'm going to do is default 1 iron tool per type. And that will keep the smithy going. So after we till the soil, tilling the soil does help with growth rate. as it indicates here. Tilled soil increases the fertility bonus by 25% and the yield bonus by 50%. And then there's other things that you can do too. All that gong we've been collecting, all that poo. If you go to the jobs here, we can add fertilizer to these farming rows. And then if they dry out, we can also add water. I'm not going to bother adding water. Fertilizer lasts, but water is fleeting. It's very temporary. So there's no point in adding water right now if I'm not farming right now, and I'm definitely not farming right now. Do we have a leather tunic yet? Still not. Takes a while. How much leather do I have? I have 30 leather, so the leather tunics must be waiting on linen hanks. Really? Thought I'd have a lot of linen hanks. No, I only have 3 linen hanks because I've been making all my linen hanks into linen cloth. Got it. That's my fault. So if I wanted more of them, I would just have to clear flax, which is not a bad idea for me to do. In fact, I'm going to raise the priority really high so that I can get some linen out of here. Get some leather tunics for the winter, because it is about a third of the way through the fall, and the external temperature is just hovering around freezing now. So we're getting pretty cold. Once winter sets in, the growth percent of all of the harvestable grasses go to 0. Or, yeah, effectively to 0. Like to 50% so that they don't yield anything. So if you want to get things like oats and flax and hay, do it before winter sets in. Because once winter's in, you're done. You're not harvesting anything anymore. So I'll build up a nice, healthy supply of flax, like a huge supply of flax and a huge supply of oats, preparing for farming next year. Isabella, I don't want your animals, but I wouldn't mind some coin. There's just not... Oh, stones. Always part with stones. Thank you, Isabella. Bye. Yeah, and my task list is now in the 400 range because of all the stuff I just queued up. How's my reputation doing? So my reputation with Hunter or Macintosh is the best. Reputation will start to grow a lot more once you start hiring out workers and renting out rooms. That's a lot more powerful of a tool to build reputation because they come by often and you can build a lot of rep that way. Wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to collect a whole bunch of mushrooms as well, because there's a lot of mushrooms in these woods, to dry them out, and they will act as provisions for the winter. The smithy's walls are almost done. Let me raise the priority up a bit. Not so worried about the floors. Once we get the walls and ceilings, this smithy will be able to smith things year-round, which is pretty important. And who is my hauler? It was... Can? Yeah, so here you can actually see Can hauling. And storing things in the general storage here, like twine, nails, sacks, etc. I really do want this supply shelf, though, so that we can put that kind of stuff in the blacksmith where it's a little bit more easily accessible. So look at this multi-sheaf flax. Lots of flax. Cadet just got done. Cutting that entire field, just about. There's a few sections left, but nothing I can't ignore. For a massive amount of flax so that we can very easily supply ourselves with linen. Don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm actually going to move the thresher in the kitchen for now. Because the thresher gets disabled when it's raining, and I do want to continue threshing season, regardless of the rain or not. So if I open up the fertilizer overlay, you can see the spots to which we've fertilized. So we've spread fertilizer on the sort of the first two columns using the gong from the Gong Place. Sounds like a bad YouTube channel. Welcome to the Gong Place, where I review public bathrooms. And here we have a huge amount of mushrooms from the recent collection that's obviously boosted our days of food up to 9. And the mushrooms are now drying in batches at the mushroom rack. And then dried mushrooms subsequently will be pulled into the pantry shelves so that we can, have dried mushrooms for when we aren't able to harvest things during the winter. There we go! We have the supply shelf. So the supply shelf will store twine, nails, snare kits, and sacks. Really only nails is what gets made in here, but at least it's a place... Oh, and it's raining. At least it's a place to be able to store things outside of the general storage over here. So the priority of this general storage is 4, priority of the shelf is 7, so eventually they'll haul it to the shelf. Now, luckily for me, the roof over the smithy and the bloomery is built, so these can run. Not that they're inside or anything, but they are enclosed. Did I miss a poop spot? Musta. Well, that's crappy. Getting later in the season. We're about halfway through fall. Now, if you're wondering, a lot of the tailoring obviously is these things are getting damaged in the rain. As you can see, the quality's going down. So I can raise the priority of keeping them hauled to throw them on the textile shelf. The stuff in the textile shelf is not getting ruined. The shelf acts as like a protection. So anything out here, like the grain or the linen hanks and wool hanks, probably shouldn't stay out here. And then the workplaces, like the bark wash, won't work during the rain, but it doesn't ruin it. It just pauses its progress. So it is important for workplaces that require it not to be raining to be placed, inside under a roof or something like that. Because if I wanted to use this thresher, for instance, I just couldn't. Because the thresher is being rained on. There are exceptions, of course. The kilns don't care. They're covered. The masonry spot doesn't really matter. The timber doesn't matter. Your characters prefer not to be in the rain. They're going to be upset having to work in the rain, but it won't stop them from working. They will be upset. So here's the difference. The bloomery is fine because it's roofed, but the thresher or tailor bench or all that stuff is a no-go. I wanted to move the thresher inside because I want to thresh the flax for flax stems so I can start making those leather for the winter. Except for I have so many tasks queued up right now, work is not getting done. Work overload. Oh, there we go. Getting the walls. Just about done with the walls. Another advantage is when the bloomery is working, it will actually heat up the blacksmith so that I won't have to worry about producing heat in this room. Because if the bloomery is running, the room is warm, and it makes it a little bit easier to work in the winter in there. Same with the forge, same with the smithy. And then I can also start to turn on auto haul now that I have storage for tools nearby. The nails are being stored nearby, and all the iron tools are being stored nearby. So when whoever the smithy is, when they smith up the tools, we'll just store them in these racks so they don't lose quality. And that's why these racks are all built nearby. So that the smith can grab iron from here, smith, and then stick tools or nails just adjacent to their work spot. And that blacksmith, it definitely has flooring to do and roof tiles to do. The roof is going to be important to keep it warm in the winter, but it is just about done, which is great. We're getting there, at least. So here's the animals using up the beds. Is they get destroyed and then have to be replaced with straw. Very typical. I'm gonna raise my tile up to 50 and raise my bricks. Oh, my bricks are already at 50. Let's build the tile, please. Is my gong? Oh god, I have a lot of poo. Yep. Full chamber pots, and that gong spot is completely full. I could do another gong spot right next to the, well, let's not put it there. Put another gong spot pretty close to the farm, so we keep fertilizer near the farm as well. That way, our little pantry cave doesn't smell like, you know what. Doggo is cute? Thank you. Here, a better view of him. Iced Lance. Oh, need more clay. So we're also grabbing a lot of oats. And if we take a look at the inventory here for food, we have an okay amount of oat grain. We have to process the oat sheath to be able to get more oat grain. So that's something that we can do for next season, so that we can plant a whole bunch of oat. So I know I mentioned this before, but oat sheaths are processed into oat grain, which you can then plant to grow your own oats and straw. And then flax is the same way. You process the flax sheaf into flax stems to make linen and flax seed. And then same deal with hay. You can produce hay straight to straw and hayseed, or straight to hayseed and straw. It's literally the same. I don't really know why they're identical, but they are. And then there's flaxseed as well, which is the same as flax stems. So there's really only 3 options here, even though there looks like 5 production options. That's just a bet. It's just a blanket. That's underneath Yoda. In fact, you cold, buddy? There you go. Okay, we're almost fully roofed up. Just about. I like how Grandma Cypher is still in her skivvies. He's like, oh, I don't need to ruffle any feathers here. I'm just gonna go around in my nightie, my underwear. Devs need to fix the thresher. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, the game is it's pretty playable in its current condition, but it's not to say that there aren't changes that I could see done at some point. It's just pretty darn good. All right, pushing towards winter. Wind chill is freezing. It might drop to freezing tonight. Unfortunately, I don't really have the fire going, so I'm going to start stoking the fire so that we can stay warmer. Because now we'll have this minus to being cold, which is hurting our mood. The other thing we're probably going to want in the bedroom, and I'm not going to wait for it to be voted on, is a bathtub. A shared bathtub in the center, but a bathtub nonetheless. And I'm also going to get a second stone fireplace. So heating sources are cumulative. So if you have multiple stone fireplaces, it will heat an inside area better than if you just have the one. I don't really need to move the water dipper inside because I have a well just outside the kitchen. So the well is going to provide the water for us in the winter. The water dipper there is just extra. Think of it that way. Okay. All these oat sheath harvest tasks, I'm going to pause. I'm not going to do this season. I'm going to focus on other things. The tilling has taken a remarkably long time. But most of the junk that was strewn about in the general stockpile has been resolved. Oh, and we're making a leather tunic. Nice. That should be number 1. Hopefully Grandma wears it. Hey, Cypher. Can I get you to wear this? Set owner, Cypher. Please go wear the tunic. You've scarred your grandchildren well enough, I think. And there's the second one. Nice. And I think we're making a third. So this will definitely help keep us warm coming up in the with 3 of them. Half the people will have leather tunics. These poor tools are just decaying as they're being neglected. So the clothing basket, I'm going to move into the bedroom. I'm going to move the bathtub just a little bit. Hi, Marjorie. Oat sheaf. So how are my oat sheafs? How many do I have? 400? That's pretty good. I don't really need to buy them. I could buy the bull, but I'm a little worried about a limited amount of food for the winter, so I'm not really ready to invest into a large animal. I will sell some fertilizer because I have a lot of gong. And that's it. Bye-bye. Okay, bathtub's coming together. One of the things that we're going to want for the bathtub is a jug pallet. So I'm going to put a jug pallet here in the bedroom so that we can store water nearby for the bathtub. And that will help with cleaning, especially in the winter when we can't wash ourselves in the lake because it's frozen over. And this sort of cave storage has really been helpful. We're able to get a whole lot of storage in there. Luckily, the weather has been agreeable, and I'm gonna actually make 2 plaid cloth so that I can start making tartans. The blacksmith is fully tiled up, so the floor will be non-flammable, the walls are non-flammable, and the ceiling will be non-flammable, so there's really no way for fire to spread up in here, short of me doing something extraordinarily stupid of, like, removing the flame blocker. Which I wouldn't do. Oh, rain. Well, there goes all the tailoring that I was doing. I think we have 5 out of 6 tunics already. Yeah, 5 out of 6 tunics. That's really going to be helpful. So then I'm going to start pivoting and try to make as many cloaks as I can. Haven't gotten very far on the farm, though. So we're still working on the blacksmith, because there's some windows and floors left to make, plus a tool rack. And definitely working on the farm. So if you look at the water overlay, now that it's raining, as you can see, pretty much everything is being watered, except for this spot, because it's covered by stone roof. And then the fertilizer is just waiting to be fertilized. Oh, and Scorpius is doing a good job getting the floors all laid out. Hi! No, there's a camp. Just my puppy was encloaked and shrouded. You couldn't really see him. He was hiding. Hey, animals, stop being dumb. These animals are having a hard time. I think they're blocking the door. Could you... Oh, I see. The beds are broken. Let's repair them. Set them at 9. So these animals don't know to go inside unless there's a bed for them. But staying outside in the rain is neglect. They need a bed. So we just need to slap some straw down and get them a bed. And puppy treats. Sure thing. It's nighttime, so nobody's working. If you did, and I haven't covered this yet, but if you did want people to work, down here, when you click on individual people, you can set them to overtime. Overwork has them work for a lot longer. And then there is time off, which has them relax. You can also toggle whether they fight fires or not, or to stop their current action. And then when you click on them, you can see the priority of their work here, as well as, you know, their clothing. So Glitch here is wearing a leather tunic, and his traits, and his current moods, and his current status, and all that jazz. So the bedroom, with the 2 campfires going off... Oh, this should not be making cooked eels. With the 2 campfires going off, this bedroom is 63.5 Fahrenheit, which is pretty nice. The barn, is it also being warmed to that level as well? Because there's vents that go throughout the house here. These straw windows are totally pointless. I'll get rid of them now. I definitely need to work on those animal beds, though. Day 19. We're coming up pretty soon on winter. Not quite yet, but pretty soon. And there goes my polling software. Most unreliable piece of you-know-what. Oh, it's back. No, it's not back. I lied. Piece of gong. Here's a new trader. Oh, there's two of them. I will buy, oddly enough, branches, just because I can't be bothered to get them myself. And Andro, I'll buy straw. Why not? And I will sell you gong. Farewell. Okay, so we have a jug pallet to be able to stockpile water for the bathtub. I'll raise the priority of the bathtub just a little bit so that we stockpile that water. I have 8 days of food. We have not replaced the animal beds yet. Glitch has been working on the floors, though. Trying to figure out what everyone's working on. He's resetting traps. It wouldn't hurt for me to get mulch paths along the shoreline here so that we can run out to the eel traps a little bit faster, or alternatively just move the eel traps closer to where we commonly walk. But I will path up the shoreline here with mulch. Speed us up a little bit, make it a little bit more attractive. Blacksmith is pretty close to being done. A little bit more work to be done, but it looks pretty good. I'm proud of it. Oh, one issue with mulching this up is, yeah, my clay is not going to be able to be grabbed from the riverbanks when it's mulched, but that's fine. All right, come on, Blacksmith. I have been waiting a long time for you to get built. So that is the last storage shelf. And then everything else that we need to build in here is just cobblestone floor. And it will be in the one window and it will be complete. Ruburn, thank you for the resub. Good evening to you too. All right, what is going on here? Priority boost for the animal beds. I am a little tired of waiting for them. These animals are being neglected. Their care is dropping. They're going to get sick. You idiots! Build the beds. It was sitting at 10 for a long, long time. There we go. And that's what boost is for. When you're like, I can't wait any longer. And I'm just going to fill the whole thing with beds so that there is not a case where enough of them break that animals get neglected. So here, now that the Winter Blast, for instance, is being well fed and cared for with beds, the care is going back up. If your care bottoms out, animals could die or get diseased, and that's not great. You obviously don't want that. Another thing I could do is to stick a barn door here just to make it easier as a walkthrough. So I'll get that going. All right, this looks nearly done. We still have a lot of tilling left in the farm fields, but what I'm going to do, if my polling will work, which it won't, because, you know, just my luck, is to poll you all about next goal. In just a second here. I'm going to have to use Twitch polling, so look for it in a different spot. Improved kitchen, improved bedroom, bathroom, individual bedroom, or viewer suggestions. 3 minutes, it is up. Do I have enough water jugs? I probably don't. Let me check my kilns. I've been trying to queue them up, but yeah, let me queue up a few 6 clay jugs, or maybe a bit more. 8 clay jugs. I have plenty of coal, plenty of clay, so we should be able to get that in no time. Hey, Trustin. How's it doing? How's it going? Oh, playing Frostpunk. Nice. Hope you were staying toasty. Welcome, Raiders. This is Clanfolk. Happy to have you on stream. We are preparing for our first winter now, and I am working on building a blacksmith, which only has a few floor tiles left to be placed, and then also prepping tilled farm fields for next planting season, so that we can start to make bread and porridge and stews. And then also voting currently in the Twitch poll about what to do next. So whether it's improving bedrooms or kitchens or whatever else you vote on. Happy to have you guys here. Yep. All right. I think we're back to normal. To try to explain what happened, like, for whatever reason in my recording software, it opened up like a invisible nested copy of my stream, and I couldn't close it. Like, it just wouldn't go away because I don't know. It's not worth explaining, but it did blow up in a fantastic way. So that's good. That's great. What won in the poll? I have no idea. I was so busy trying to put out other fires. That poll option was a bathroom? Cool. Cool. All right, let's do a bathroom next. Thanks for that. So, build a blacksmithy, which at this point is probably done. Yep, the blacksmithy is finished. There's one other thing that I wanted to do in this blacksmithy, which is just a wall torch to have a little bit of a source of light. So I'm going to expand the flammable blockers here so that the wall torch doesn't set anything important on fire. And we'll remove Smithy from the list. So till the farm fields and build a bathroom. I'm much cooler under pressure than you would be. You know, it's like, whatever. Weird things happen. You know, I don't know why it even blew up, but it just did. So, bathrooms. Ideally, I want the bathroom sort of attached to the building. The problem is I have this southern wall here, so that kind of, it's kind of an issue. I think what I'll do is have 2 bathrooms. So I'm going to replace this straw door with a wooden one. Is there a wooden one I should just copy? No. All right, buildings. Other wood door, 1, 2. They're going to go there. So let's go ahead and go to walls, demolish these walls, 1 and 2. Also demolish the door. And then this will lead out to, and I'll do it in daub for now, 2 very modest bathrooms with just toilets and a bathtub, probably. And let's not have just weird peep show windows there. And then this whole floor path over here is going to be demolished, and it will just go around it. instead. So we'll have a mulch path like that. So that's fine. And then this toilet is going to be moved there. And then we'll make another toilet put here. And then we do have one bathtub, but we'll set up another bathtub there and move this original bathtub into the bathroom. It is winter. It is officially winter. So, yep. There we are. We'll also want windows for them. So, 1 and 2 windows. And then, where these windows currently are, we're going to want vents. So the bathroom themselves, you know, your butt don't freeze to the seat. Been there. It's not fun. Job board needs 6. No, forget the job board. I don't want to be annoyed by that anymore. It's like, build a job board. Ugh. I don't want the straw windows anymore. I want stone windows, so that's why I'm demolishing the straw ones. I could move them, but now that we have access to stone windows, which are prettier, that's my go-to. And then in these bathrooms, I'm also going to put in proper flooring, so I'm going to do fancy wood floors. We're going to live like kings in here. And then this whole setup is going to be prioritized. Okay, we should be working. So what is everyone working on? Now that it's cold out, I am not going to try to fish anymore. So that's the last fish we collect. Not going to buy a ram. My food is a little low, so I will buy the eels and sell stone. And we're good. Where is that leather tunic that got made? I don't know. Do we have leather tunics for everybody? Yes, we do. So is everyone wearing one? Leather tunic for cloak. Leather tunic. Leather tunic. I'm going to remove the bound leather tunic to Cypher. So that, you know, we don't need it bound. Can is now an adult. So as Can is now an adult, there might be suitors for Can's hand marriage or whatever. Oh, and then last but not least, we also want a roof over the bathrooms as well. And I'll just put a little hay roof. So slapping this thing together as fast as we can. Atomos, or Atoms. Thank you for the sub, or the resub. And T-Sang as well, while I was doing the super echoey, nonsensey thing, you resubbed, so thank you. You started lolling? Yeah, no kidding. Oh, man. I've not had my recording software blow up quite like that. Why did I stop fishing? I stopped fishing because I don't want my fishermen or women to freeze and be upset. That's why I'm not fishing in the winter. Because it's uncomfortable for them to be standing outside like that for such a long period of time. So it's just a way to keep them happier. Because here, Kadath, having been fishing, he's trying to warm up at the fire right now because he got frozen to the bone. So it's not so much that you can't. Oh, although soon you will not be able to because the lake will freeze over. It's that it's just a... it's something that will make them sad. You know, if we do it. All right, let's go. To the nines. So we are waiting on a little bit of timber, a little bit of wood, which we'll get from trimming some of these trees that we got. The walls are almost done. Ew. Sleet. Nobody likes sleet. And then we need more straw for the roof. I think because it is winter now, I might have lost the opportunity to grab reeds. Yeah, the growth percent of these reeds, they're dying back. So I could harvest them, but they're not for full yield. So we'll just go off of the straw that we have. But I'm essentially not going to have a whole lot of straw pretty soon, other than what we thresh. So we'll just keep threshing for straw, making additional seeds and all. And you can see how frequently our guys are heading to the campfire now that it is winter, because it is cold. So let's clear that. These walls. Please. And I need more clay. There we are. Stick some wood doors in here. And move this bathtub. And we will have ourselves some bathrooms. Making this just really high priority so that I don't have to wait forever. The first thing I want done. Toilet. Wonderful. I'm going to start to set up auto haul for the work facilities so that we are not leaving things on the ground anymore. The passive ones, like the kilns, can't, but pretty much everything else can be hauled. So we'll start to do that so that it doesn't decay out in the open. Not that while it snows, we can work any of these facilities. So this is a bathroom, technically. It's just a toilet for now. The polling software broke, so I'm going to have to poll you all again in Twitch polls. And what to build next. Improve the bedroom. Improve the kitchen. Build a workspace. So that's going to be like carpentry, tailor, kiln, and I'll have you pick specifically what it is as a sub vote. We can also build standalone bedroom or viewer suggestions. So there you go. Have yourself a poll. What you think we should do? We're getting pretty close to having this one done. We do need the stone window. Pretty close to having this one done. Get the stone windows built. Man, I am cursed today. I'm back in the well. Is that what it is? Am I now Timmy that falls down into the well? Yes. Ridiculous. At least I stopped it quick this time. So here's all the water from the jug pallets, which will feed the bathtubs. And then the other thing that I wanted to do is once we have a frozen lake, to start collecting ice for our pantry, so we can keep things from spoiling. Oh, look at all that smoked meat that's going to spoil. That's sad. Wouldn't be a terrible idea, given the season, I'm going to turn on the temperature overlay, and as you can see, it makes the bunnies pop. Makes them very easy to see, so we can go Lenny them. There's a lot of bunnies. So I'm going to kill a lot of bunnies. Welcome to the chat, J-Man. Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, we have a lot of water now. No problem. Scorpius is like, not the dark. No, my nemesis. Ah, you big wuss. Someday you'll be a real boy. A real man. Alright, we look fairly organized. I mean, I know we have a lot of production facilities like outdoors. We just haven't built facilities for them yet. And it looks like Improve the Kitchen is going to be winning here. So I am down to do that as soon as it gets the poll resolved. Something else that we're going to want to do, looking at my timber amount, is definitely cut some additional trees, because we will be burning wood to stay warm in the winter. Burning the branches specifically. And my logs are down to 6, and my branches are down to 54, so we'll stock up. Stock up in a big way. Alright, improve the kitchen. Cool. So, build a bathroom. And improve kitchen and till the fields. These tilling jobs. Oh boy, I have not been doing them. I do have a steel hoe or iron hoe. So let's take a look at the skills here. It's a farming skill. Can loves to do it, so I'm going to have Can do it over the hauling. So Can, we should see start to till now. She also, as an adult, got fast metabolism, so she moves a little bit faster, she works a little bit harder, but she eats a bit more. Not a terrible trait to get an adult. At least she's not like gloomy or whatever. Could be worse. And now these bathrooms are getting they're getting windows so that we can see. And then the last thing that I wanted in them was vents. So go to building, other, and put vents in so that they're not frozen. Because the house here is 58 Fahrenheit. It's cold, but not frigid. These bathrooms are 23, so a bit icy on the old bum. You do like windows in your bathroom? I mean, they look out to a grass field. It's not too embarrassing, right? Oh, bunny got snared. I should make more snares. It's easier to snare and trap than hunt, I guess. Thank you for tuning in to Clanfolk, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 29th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rodamont.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, everybody.